Hello students, today we'll go for a new topic, that is compound angles. But in the previous sessions we have seen only the trigonometric ratio of a single angle. But today's topic is compound angle. What is a compound angle? So we'll see the definition. The algebraic sum of two or more angles is called a compound angle. Means if you assume that alpha, beta are two different angles, then alpha plus beta is sum of two angles, or we can have alpha plus beta plus gamma is a sum of three angles. So for these angles, now we will try to find out what are the trigonometric ratios for alpha plus beta, that is sin of alpha plus beta, cos of alpha plus beta, tan of alpha plus beta and cot of alpha plus beta. So these are called angle sum formulas. Similarly, we can have angle difference formulae. Now we'll see one by one. First we'll go for angle sum formulae. Angle sum formulae, that is alpha beta are two angles, then alpha plus beta is a different angle. So that is sin of alpha plus beta is sin alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sin beta. Cos of alpha plus beta is cos alpha cos beta minus sin alpha sin beta. Tan of alpha plus beta is tan alpha plus tan beta by 1 minus tan alpha tan beta. And cot of alpha plus beta is cot alpha cot beta minus 1 by cot beta cot plus cot alpha. Now we will see the proof of angle alpha plus beta. For sin of alpha plus beta as well as cos of alpha plus beta. One by one we will see the proof of the alpha plus beta angle. Now in order to prove for the alpha plus beta, where alpha and beta are different angles, where alpha is the angle between the initial ray and the terminal ray, means OX is our initial ray and OB is our terminal ray. For what angle? Alpha. Means let us construct, let OX and OB be the initial ray and terminal ray for an angle alpha, that we are considering. For time being, assume that OB, whatever the initial ray whatever the terminal ray exists for alpha, assume that will act as the initial ray and OB is the terminal ray for what angle? Beta. Let OB and OP be the rays for an angle beta. Now if we club, this is OX is our original initial ray and OB is our terminal ray. Now if we add these two angles, if we add these two angles, then the total will be alpha plus beta. Means for alpha plus beta angle, OX is the initial ray and OB is our terminal ray. OP is the terminal ray for an angle alpha plus beta. Now, in order to find what is the trigonometric ratios for alpha plus beta, we have to draw a perpendicular lines. So, draw a perpendicular line from B onto the x-axis and meets at, assume that C. Similarly, P to B and P to on the x-axis, that is assume that C. Means this perpendicular line is for beta and this perpendicular line for alpha plus beta, and this BC is perpendicular line for angle alpha. Means draw BC perpendicular to OX. Next, PB perpendicular to OB, and AP perpendicular to OX. With this, as there are three angles, we can have three right angle triangles. For alpha, BCO is a one right angle triangle. OBP is one right angle triangle, and another right angle triangle is PAO for alpha plus beta. So there are three right angle triangles. Now construct. So this will be total angle will be 90 degrees because it is a perpendicular line. Now construct, if you draw a perpendicular line from B onto the line AP, draw a perpendicular line from B onto the line AP and meets at D. Assume that it is D. And if you clearly observe, if I extend this dotted line, means if I extend the BD line and initial line OX are parallel. Since BD is parallel to, if BD is parallel to OX, what we can have is OB is a transversal line. Since BD and OX are two parallel lines and OB is the transversal line. If it is a transversal line, then whatever the alpha is there, this will becomes alpha. Means angle XOB, the XOB means alpha will be same as OBD. Angle OBD, that is alpha, since alternate angles are equal. Alternate angles are equal. Now, so if this is alpha, then what will be this? It will be 90 minus alpha, because the total angle is 90 degrees, means if it is alpha, it is 90 minus alpha, and this is 90 degrees, and this will be alpha. Means in triangle BCO and PDB, both these two right angle triangles are congruent. Congruent means, and whatever the angle O is there, angle P, angle D will be same as angle C, and 90 minus alpha will be same as angle B. So these two right angle triangles are congruent. Now, so we have the right angle triangle for alpha, right angle triangle for beta, and right angle triangle for alpha plus beta. Now we'll see the step by step. That is, triangle OCB is congruent to triangle PDB, because by angle property, all the by angle property, angle O is same as angle P. Now, what we have to find out is what are the trigonometric ratios for alpha plus beta. Means in triangle PAO, because it is a right angle triangle for alpha plus beta. In triangle PAO, first one will go for sine of alpha plus beta. What is sine of alpha plus beta as per the definition? it is the opposite side of alpha plus beta by hypotenuse. Means in PAO for alpha plus beta, PA is the opposite side, OA is the adjacent side, and OP is the hypotenuse. Now, what is sine of alpha plus beta? Sine of alpha plus beta is PA. That is PA by OP. But PA, if you observe PA, the length of PA can be split in two ways, in two lengths, that is PD and DA. Means PA can be written as PD plus DA by OP. And we can separate them. Okay, instead of that, DA PD plus DA. Again, if you observe DA, BDAC is a. Again, if you observe BDAC is a square, means all sides are equal. Means the length of AD will be same as length of BC. Means in the PD we can have PD plus DA. DA and BC are opposite, lengths are equal. So we can write in the place of DA we can replace with BC by OP. So what, since AD is equal to BC, now we can have PD by OP plus BC by OP. Now if you observe PD by OP, this is a PD and this will be the OP. Now for this angle alpha, PD is for alpha, PD is the adjacent side, and for this triangle, what is the hypotenuse? The hypotenuse is PB. So multiply PD by OP into, okay, multiply and divide with this hypotenuse PB into PB by OP plus BC. If this is a BC, for what angle? Alpha. Means opposite side. And for this right angle triangle, OB is the hypotenuse. So BC by OB into OB by OP. Just I have multiplied and divided with the length of the hypotenuse. Now coming to this PD by PB. PD by PB means if you consider this right angle triangle, PD is the adjacent side and PB is the hypotenuse for angle alpha. Means we can have the ratio as cos alpha into PB by OP. PB is the right angle triangle for beta. PB is the opposite side for beta, means this triangle PBO. So this is the right angle triangle for OBP. This beta is the angle. Now PB by OP. PB by OP. PB is the opposite side for beta and OB is the hypotenuse. So we can have sine beta plus is that plus BC by OB. BC by OB means BC is the opposite side for alpha, OC is the adjacent side for alpha, and OB is the hypotenuse. Means BC by OB. BC by OB gives the trigonometric ratio for what angle? Opposite side by hypotenuse means sine alpha into OB by OP. OB is the adjacent side for beta and OP is the hypotenuse for beta. Means we can have cos beta. So therefore sin of alpha plus beta is sin alpha into cos beta plus cos alpha into sin beta. So this is the compound angle for what? Alpha plus beta. Sin of alpha plus beta, whenever becomes, then we can expand is sin alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sin beta. Next we'll go for one more, that is cos of alpha plus beta. Now from the same figure we'll go for what will be cos of alpha plus beta. Means in triangle, say OAP, in triangle OAP we have cos of alpha plus beta. What is cos of alpha plus beta? Is the adjacent side of alpha plus beta by hypotenuse. So what is the adjacent side of the alpha plus beta? Is OA, and hypotenuse is OP. Means OA by OP. But OA, the length of OA can be written as OC. From the total length of OC, if you remove AC, we'll get OA. Means OA can be written as OC minus AC by OP. But OC minus AC, if you observe the AC, again this BDAC is a square. The length of AC and the length of BD will be same. So in the place of AC we can replace with BD. In the place of AC we can replace with BD by OP. As we can separate them, OC by OP minus BD by OP. Now OC is the adjacent side for alpha and OP is the terminal ray for both beta as well as alpha plus beta. Now for as OC is the adjacent side for alpha, and the hypotenuse for alpha will be OB. So multiply and divide with OB. OC by OB into OB by OP. Doesn't affect. Next BP by OP. BP. Sorry, not BP, BD. BD is the opposite side for alpha in triangle PDB. BD is the opposite side and PB is the hypotenuse. So multiply and divide by PB into PB by OP. Now OC by OB. OC is the adjacent side for alpha and OB is the hypotenuse. So adjacent side by hypotenuse gives for alpha, means it is cos alpha. OB by OP. OB by OP means there is one more right angle triangle PBO, therefore beta. OB is the adjacent side for beta and OP is the hypotenuse, means OB by OP gives to cos beta minus PD by PB. PD by PB. Now we'll go for BD by PB. BD is the opposite side for alpha and PB is the hypotenuse. Means opposite side of alpha by hypotenuse means it gives sin alpha into PB by OP. PB by OP means PB is the opposite side for beta and OP is the hypotenuse, means it is opposite side by hypotenuse for beta. So therefore cos of alpha plus beta is same as cos alpha into cos beta minus sin alpha into sin beta. So this is the proof for alpha plus beta, trigonometric ratio for alpha plus beta, that is for cos of alpha plus beta. As we know sin of alpha plus beta and cos of alpha plus beta, we will try to find out what is tan of alpha plus beta as well as cot of alpha plus beta. Tan of alpha plus beta. So tan of alpha plus beta, tan theta can be written as sin theta by cos theta. In the same way, tan of alpha plus beta can be written as sin of alpha plus beta by cos of alpha plus beta. And just now we have seen the expansion of sin of alpha plus beta as well as cos of alpha plus beta. So what will be sin of alpha plus beta is sin alpha cos beta plus cos alpha into sin beta by cos of alpha plus beta is cos alpha into cos beta minus sin alpha into sin beta. Now in order to bring in terms of tan, in order to get in terms of tan, so multiplying and dividing with cos alpha cos beta, we get sin alpha cos beta plus cos alpha into sin beta by cos alpha into cos beta into cos alpha into cos beta by cos alpha cos beta minus sin alpha sin beta. Now we can separate the denominator, that is sin alpha cos beta by cos alpha into cos beta plus cos alpha into sin beta by cos alpha into cos beta upon, we can write this as cos alpha cos beta by cos alpha cos beta minus sin alpha sin beta by cos alpha into cos beta. As cos beta get cancelled, sin alpha by cos alpha, if these two get cancelled, sin alpha by cos alpha gives to tan alpha, plus is a plus, cos alpha again get cancelled, sin beta by cos beta gives to tan beta by cos alpha cos beta by cos alpha cos beta will be 1, minus is a minus, sin alpha by cos alpha, there is no cancellation, sin alpha by cos alpha into sin beta by cos beta, sin alpha by cos alpha gives to tan alpha into sin beta by cos beta is tan beta. So that is the tan of alpha plus beta. So tan of alpha plus beta is tan alpha plus tan beta by 1 minus tan alpha tan beta. And what is the condition? If none of the alpha, beta or alpha plus beta is the multiples of odd multiples of pi by 2, then this trigonometric ratio tan of alpha plus beta will be defined, where alpha comma beta comma alpha plus beta is not equal to 2n plus 1 times of pi by 2. So neither of them should be an odd multiple of pi by 2. If it is odd multiple of pi by 2, then tan of alpha plus beta will not be defined. So this is the trigonometric ratio for tan of alpha plus beta. Next, we'll go for cot of alpha plus beta. Cot of alpha plus beta. Cot of alpha plus beta is the reciprocal of tan of alpha plus beta, or we can write adjacent side of alpha plus beta by opposite side of alpha plus beta, or we can have cos of alpha plus beta by sin of alpha plus beta. And we know the expansion of cos of alpha plus beta. What is cos of alpha plus beta? Cos alpha cos beta minus sin alpha sin beta by sin of alpha plus beta is sin alpha cos beta plus cos alpha into sin beta. Now divide this fraction with sin alpha sin beta. This can be written as cos alpha cos beta minus sin alpha sin beta by sin alpha sin beta divided by sin alpha cos beta plus cos alpha into sin beta by sin alpha into sin beta. As denominators is same, we can separate the numerators. So that will be cos alpha cos beta by sin alpha sin beta minus sin alpha into sin beta by sin alpha sin beta divided by sin alpha cos beta by sin alpha into sin beta plus cos alpha sin beta by sin alpha into sin beta. If there are any cancellations, we can cancel it. Sin alpha by sin alpha, cos alpha by sin alpha into cos beta by sin beta. There are no cancellations. But cos alpha by sin alpha will be cot alpha. Cos beta by sin beta becomes cot beta. So it will be cot alpha into cot beta minus sin alpha by sin alpha, sin beta by sin beta is 1 by sin alpha get cancelled. Cos beta by sin beta becomes cot beta plus cos alpha by sin alpha. Sin beta by sin beta get cancelled, and so remaining will be cos alpha by sin alpha. Cos by sin becomes cot. So that gives the cot of alpha plus beta. But for what values of alpha and beta it is defined, and what not to be. If alpha or beta or alpha plus beta are multiples of n pi, then the trigonometric ratio does not, this alpha plus beta will not be defined. So in order to define this cot of alpha plus beta, alpha comma beta and alpha plus beta should not be equal to n pi, where n belongs to gen. Means it should not be a multiples of pi. If it is multiples of pi, then it will not be defined. So these are the trigonometric ratios for alpha plus beta. Similarly, we can have angle difference formulae, that is difference of two angles. In order to find out what is the difference of two angles, what are the trigonometric ratios of difference of two angles, we will take the help of the sum of angle sum formulae. That is, we have to find out what is the sine of a minus b, cos of a minus b, tan of a minus b, and cot of a minus b. So we will see one by one. First one, we will find out what will be sine of alpha minus beta. Sine of difference of two angles. So alpha means sine of, that can be written as alpha plus of minus beta. Doesn't change. Plus into minus becomes minus. So it is now alpha is alpha, but in the place of beta it is minus beta. Means what we can have is, on replacing minus beta with minus beta. So just wherever beta is there, we have to replace with minus beta. So we now this becomes into the angle sum formulae. But as for the sine of alpha plus beta, it is sine alpha into cos of minus beta. Means in the place of beta it should be minus beta plus cos alpha into sine of minus beta. As we know, what is cos of minus theta, sine of minus theta, tan of minus theta? Cos of minus theta is same as cos theta, but sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. So sine alpha into cos beta, because cos of minus beta is cos beta, plus, but sine of minus beta is minus sine beta. So plus into minus becomes minus cos alpha into sine beta. So we can have sine of alpha minus beta is sine alpha cos beta minus cos alpha into sine beta. So this is the formula for sine of alpha minus beta. Next, cos of alpha minus beta can be written as cos of alpha plus of minus beta. Now it seems to be like angle sum formula, cos of alpha plus beta. So it is cos alpha into cos of minus beta minus sine alpha into sine of minus beta. Cos alpha into cos of minus beta is cos beta minus sine alpha into sine of minus beta is minus sine beta. Already one minus is there, so minus into minus becomes plus, so it will be sine alpha into sine beta. So therefore cos of alpha minus beta is cos alpha cos beta plus sine alpha into sine beta. So this is the formula for cos of alpha minus beta. Next, we'll go for tan of alpha plus beta. As we know tan of alpha plus beta, we'll go for tan of alpha minus beta. So tan of alpha minus beta is tan of alpha plus of minus beta. So if we go by expansion, tan alpha plus tan of minus beta by 1 minus tan alpha into tan of minus beta. Tan alpha is as it is, tan alpha plus, but tan of minus theta is minus tan theta, as we have seen the proofs of trigonometric ratios for minus negative theta. Negative theta means it rotates in the clockwise direction. So minus tan beta by 1 minus, and tan of minus beta is minus tan beta. Already one minus is there, it will be plus. Minus into minus becomes plus. So tan alpha into tan beta. So therefore tan of alpha minus beta is tan alpha minus tan beta by 1 plus tan alpha into tan beta. So this is for tan of alpha minus beta. So if you try for cot of alpha minus beta, directly I will be giving cot of alpha minus beta. What will be? It will be cot of alpha plus of minus beta. So that is cot alpha into cot of minus beta minus 1 by cot of minus beta plus cot alpha. If you simplify, you will get as cot alpha into cot beta plus 1 by cot beta minus cot alpha. That gives cot of alpha minus beta. And we know what are the conditions. Neither alpha, neither beta, or alpha minus beta should not be a multiple of pi. So these are the angle difference formulae. So with the angle sum formulae and angle difference formulae, we will find out some results one by one. So first result is, for any two real numbers are two angles A and B, then sin of A plus B into sin of A minus B is sin square A minus sin square B, or cos square B minus cos square A. And second property, cos of A plus B into cos of A minus B is cos square B minus sin square A, or cos square A minus sin square B. So these two results are very, very important. Now we will see the proof of the first one. LHS, that is sin of A plus B into sin of A minus B. So this we can prove by expansion of A plus B and A minus B. So what is sin of A plus B? Sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. That is the expansion of sin of A plus B into sin of A minus B. Sin A cos B minus cos A sin B. Now this seems to be like x plus y into x minus y, or a plus b into a minus b. That will be a square minus b square. So we can have is sin A cos B whole square minus cos A sin B whole square. If you still, it will be sin square A cos square B, means it is like AB whole square, A square B square, minus cos square A into sin square B. Now either convert cos square in terms of sin square or sin square in terms of cos square. So we will rewrite in terms of sin square A by using the identities. Cos square B can be written as 1 minus sin square B minus 1 minus sin square A, as cos square A can be written as 1 minus sin square A, because sin square A plus cos square A is always 1, into sin square B. Means we are trying to convert in terms of sin. So sin square A into 1 is sin square A minus sin square A into sin square B. 1 into sin square B is sin square B with along with minus. Minus into minus becomes plus, and it will be sin square A into sin square B. So these two get cancelled, so it will be sin square A minus sin square B. So that is the result. Sin of A plus B into sin of A minus B can be written as sin square A minus sin square B. Or in order to convert in terms of cos, again sin square A can be written as 1 minus cos square A minus sin square B means 1 minus cos square B. If you simplify, 1 and minus 1 get cancelled, minus cos square A, minus into minus becomes plus. So it will be cos square B minus sin square A. Sorry, not sin square A, cos square B minus cos square A. If you simplify, cos square B minus cos square. So that is sin of A plus B into sin of A minus B is sin square A minus sin square B, or cos square B minus cos square A. Next, we'll see the next proof. Now we'll go for the second result. What is given? Cos of A plus B into cos of A minus B. Now again, we can go by the expansion. What is cos of A plus B? It will be cos A cos B minus sin A sin B into cos of A minus B gives to cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. Again, it is in the form of A minus B into A plus B, or x minus y into x plus y. It gives to what? X square minus y square. So in the same way we can have cos A cos B whole square minus sin A sin B whole square, and that gives to cos square A cos square B minus sin square A into sin square B. Now let us try to convert in terms of cos or in terms of sine. That is cos square A into cos square B means 1 minus sin square B. Minus sin square A means 1 minus cos square A into sin square B. Now if you simplify, cos square A into 1 is cos square A minus cos square A into sin square B. Plus into minus sin square B. Minus into minus becomes plus. It will be cos square A into sin square B. So minus cos square A sin square B plus cos square A sin square B get cancelled. So it will be left over with cos square A minus sin square B. So cos of A plus B into cos of A minus B, one is cos square A minus sin square B. Or we can convert cos square A in terms of sine as well as sine in terms of cos. 1 minus sin square A minus 1 minus cos square B. If you simplify, 1 and minus 1 get cancelled. Minus sin square A plus cos square B. That gives to this one. Cos square B minus sin square B. So whenever we come across this type of result, we can apply this formula. So we have seen sin of A plus B into sin of A minus B is sin square A minus sin square B, or cos square B minus cos square A. Similarly, cos of A plus B into cos of A minus B is cos square B minus sin square A, or cos square A minus sin square B. We'll see some another results also. Now we'll see what is the sin of A plus B plus C. Means it is again, it's a compound angle. What will be the sum of the three angles? What is the sin of sum of three angles? So if A, B, C are three real numbers, then sin of A plus B plus C is the sin A cos B cos C plus cos A sin B cos C plus cos A cos B sin C minus sin A sin B sin C. We will see the proof by considering, assume that as we know the sum of two angles. So let us treat A plus B as one angle and C is another angle. Now it reduces to the sin of alpha plus beta, where alpha is A plus B and beta is C. So treat these two as one angle. So it reduces to 2. So sin of A plus B plus C can be written as sin alpha, means sin of A plus B into cos beta cos C, plus cos alpha cos of A plus B into sin beta sin C. Now again it is in the form of sin of A plus B, and we know what is the expansion. Sin A cos B plus cos A sin B times of cos C, plus, and what is cos of A plus B? It is cos A cos B minus sin A sin B into sin C, as it is. Now expand. Sin A cos B into cos C, it will be sin A cos B into cos C plus cos A sin B cos C means cos A sin B cos C plus cos A cos B into sin C, cos A cos B into sin C minus sin A sin B sin C minus sin A sin B sin C. So this is the sin of A plus B plus C. So we'll see the remaining. What will be cos of A plus B plus C? Tan of A plus B plus C, as well as cot of A plus B plus C. So similarly, we'll see what will be cos of A plus B plus C, tan of A plus B plus C, and cot of A plus B plus C. So cos of A plus B plus C is cos A cos B cos C minus cos A sin B sin C minus sin A sin cos B sin C minus sin A sin B cos C. The proof is very simple as we have seen for sin of A plus B plus C. Treat A plus B is one angle, that is alpha, and C is another angle beta, and go for the expansion of cos of alpha plus beta. You will get the same thing. Similarly, tan of A plus B plus C, A plus B plus C will be tan A plus tan B plus tan C minus tan A tan B tan C by 1 minus tan A tan B minus tan B tan C minus tan C tan A. Similarly, for cot of A plus B plus C is also, the proof is simple. Cot A plus cot B plus cot C minus cot A cot B cot C by 1 minus cot A cot B minus cot B cot C minus cot C cot A. So based on these results, so we'll have the problems which are given in the exercise 6C. So that we will discuss in the next session. Thank you.